pre-recorded live from a Buc-ee's parking lot in Calhoun, Georgia. It's the Derek Luna Show. This week, postcards from the road, a conversation with Janise Cleary, a lyric deep dive with the boys. And now he's eaten 15 brisket sandwiches and he's not gonna stop now. It's Derek Luna. That's right. It's correct. That is correct. I'm here at a Buc-ee's parking lot. We did a little bit of car camping last night. It rained like hell. I listened to a bunch of CCR songs to get in the rainy mood. Yeah. Here we are. I woke up in a car, and I had gratitude on my mind, guys. I'm thankful to be out here doing these shows. We had a hot show last night in Huntsville, Alabama, in the Rocket City, and gonna play a show tonight outside Atlanta. It's been fun. Shout out to Buc-ee's. I don't know if anybody's ever been to a Buc-ee's. I've been kind of obsessed with it lately. It's not exactly a gas station. I mean, they do sell gas, amongst other things, caramelized nuts and brisket sandwiches. I've eaten a lot of brisket in the last couple bits. But we came in and I car camped here last night, and we're going to grab a motel here in a minute and shower up. Yeah, so this is my postcard from the road, guys. Just a little bit about how it's going and what we're looking forward to. I've been really struggling with the opening segments here. Not really knowing what to do, how to do it, how to go about it. So we've been rebranding them. Thankfully, though, the Derek Luna Show community is only about 40 to 50 people. So I think that those people will be patient. And if anybody, jumps off the train, you're only losing, probably like a couple people. This is so terrible. Ill-conceived is the word that I'm thinking of. This segment is brought to you by Buc-ee's Coffee. I've had exactly 4 bowel movements here at the Buc-ee's in Calhoun, Georgia. I'm thankful for that. Some of the best restrooms in the game. It's a complete closed off stall with your own hand sanitizer and everything. I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for those stalls. These stalls, if you took these stalls and put them like in another country, there's other countries where these would qualify as like full on apartments. Straight up. They're that roomy. You can go in there and change clothes. You can go in there and just take care of all your business, Drop one out. I'm thankful for is this the gratitude list? Is this the gratitude list or the postcard home? I don't know. We'll decide that later. This segment is called The Postcard Home. This segment's called The Gratitude List. I'm grateful for the Buc-ee's bathrooms. I'm grateful to Dwight D. Eisenhower. I don't know if you guys are history buffs, but he's responsible for the interstate highway system, which I'm enjoying vastly as I traverse the country. I'm thankful for all of the cool comedy places that I'm playing. A lot of breweries right now. Shout out to Yellowhammer Brewing Company last night. Shout out to Bloomer Brewing Company in Bloomer, Wisconsin. A lot of awesome places like that. And shout out to Don's House of Comedy. I got a chance to go play that, and tucked in right as they were getting ready to have their 1-year anniversary. So on this show coming up a little bit later, I sit down with the owner, operator, and booker of that establishment, Janise Cleary. And it's kind of an inspiring story, man. I was really touched by it. Hopefully you will be too. Really good conversation with that lady. She's doing the Lord's work there in Bowling Green, Kentucky. As they would say, the Lord's work. I'm grateful for those Gideons, man. Gotta love those Gideons. Putting those Bibles in the hotels. I mean, I've cracked one open every once in a while, just to see if maybe somebody put some money in there. I've heard some stories of people putting money in the Gideon Bible. So I check it for cash. Haven't found anything yet, but I check. And shout out to those Gideons. I'm grateful to them. I'm grateful to comedy. Comedy, I don't know if you guys know, but comedy is probably one of the best things ever invented. It's super fun and it's super absurd to have a stupid thought and to communicate it to a group of people in a room. It's magic. It's a magic trick is what it is. And it's amazing to be a part of it. Shout out to Texas Roadhouse. I've enjoyed some great meals there. I'm looking for sponsorship, so shout out to Texas Roadhouse. Shout out to TC Helicon. They're bringing the sound to us here. I'd love a TC Helicon sponsorship. They have some of the best sound equipment out there. I have a couple of their products. I'd love to get some free products and tell you guys about it. So TC Helicon, send me some free stuff. And shout out to Zoom. My not the webcam service, the audio equipment. Zoom. My Zoom H5 busted. So this is a negative review unless they send me a replacement or teach me how to fix it. And then in that case, Zoom is a great product. No sponsors yet for the Derek Luna Show. Maybe if we had more direction, more of a sense of direction. Well, so I had a lot more planned for the old Bucky segment, but it rained all night while I was car camping out here, and so I didn't get a lot of filming done. I feel grateful to get this filming done, if I'm honest with you. What else is on the show today? A lyric deep dive. So shout out to Dusty Slay, my buddy Dusty Slay. This is sort of inspired by him and inspired by on the old Adam Carolla show. They used to do a handful of segments like this, so I'm basically stealing this idea. I don't care. But Adam Carolla had Norm Macdonald on, and they would do lyric deep dives on different songs, specifically Kenny Rogers songs, just analyzing the lyrics, trying to get to the bottom of what's going on. And so this is a segment that we'll probably bring back way more often with different guests. But the lyric deep dive, where we dive in deep and see what's really going on with this Bobby Darin song. Shout out Bobby Darin. So my boys Pauly Ray and Harrison Broadstreet were in the car with me, and we took a lyric deep dive. And also Dusty Slay has a great bit. I should throw in the links in the comments about Alan Jackson's 5 o'clock somewhere. Now this is the most masterful. I've never seen anybody put something like this on stage, and it's 5 of the funniest minutes you'll see out there, where he breaks down that song line per line. But so those fellas were in the car with me, Harrison and Pauly, and we were driving up to Kansas City, and we broke down the song Splish Splash, I Was Taking a Bath by Bobby Darin, and it sounds it's troubling. Once you take off the thin glossy veneer, it's troubling what's going on with Robert Darren. Again, the opening segment, it just keeps falling apart. If you have any suggestions, please let me know. But this is our road-themed episode. We got a little postcard from home. We got a little gratitude list. Coming up, we've got a great, inspiring conversation with Janise Cleary from Don's House of Comedy in Bowling Green, Kentucky, and a lyric deep dive with my boys Pauly Ray and Harrison Broadstreet. Thanks for checking it out. Make sure you subscribe and to the channel. I got great stuff coming out all the time. Make sure you like it, and make sure you don't be greedy about it, man. Share this. Share it with some other folks. Let them know how much fun we're having over here. And yeah, enjoy the show.
I think this is the most professional setup I've seen. And that's no lie. It's going to be hard to stick to that dust. That dust and ash.
Yeah, I should have tried to clean the car first, probably.
Well, we're already invested. Why don't you try to tape it to the windshield, too?
Yeah.
Put a little bit of that in the obstruction. Put some yellow to draw the attention of the police officers. It's gonna look professional as fuck from the.
Pauly, try to grab that.
Nobody can see the.
Try to grab that other limb. And we will hit the road.
As far as the viewers know, Scorsese shot this.
Yeah, I casually watched Mystic River for the first time at like 8 in the morning.
That tape is just sliding around.
It really is.
That's not. There's zero stick.
This is the only thing.
You turn on the AC, it's gonna blow that tape right off.
I'm into it. Okay, remember your microphone, Pauly.
Remember your microphone.
Yeah.
Are we picking up okay right now?
I need you to actually hold it to my mouth.
This is like cash
Yeah.
cab.
We're like you're interviewing me.
This is how carpool karaoke started, actually.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm James Corden without the stupid accent.
So this won't work, but this is the Derek Luna Show, and we're in a car on our way to Kansas City, and this will not work probably, but we're going to try this.
Welcome to Derek Luna Acts Negative About Most Things podcast, guys.
There's a pensive air in the car right now.
It's terrible.
There's a weird tension of not quite sure what's happening or what's about to happen.
The camera's going to fall out at any moment. I might get into a car accident. The thing is also the show's terrible, so
that would bolster some views.
we should probably keep it no matter what happens.
Can you try to get into a wreck here? Sideswipe this guy.
Try to get an erection. If I keep looking at this old man, what up?
And we're here, the Derek Luna Show. We're driving around pestering old people.
Oh, let's hit this train up and let's see what's up. You know, we were talking about what kind of segment to do, because the Derek Luna Show. You asked me, Pauly, what. First of all, let's just go ahead and get our online social posts out of the way. Pauly, where can we find you online for all your show dates and online content?
At Paulus Ray on Instagram, and then Pauly Ray on everything else.
Cool. And I'm at Derek Luna 83 on everything, YouTube and Instagram, Facebook. Harrison Broadstreet, stick your ugly head in the middle a little bit, bud. Please.
I'm in it. I'm definitely in this. You can find me at Harrison Broadstreet on all social medias, and you could find us in county jail here in a little bit.
Yeah. Would you want to find you online?
No, come find me in person. It's much more fun. It's more enticing.
So you were asking Pauly, what is the Derek Luna Show? And I said, we don't have any ideas at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the Derek Luna Show, where it is mostly dead air.
Yeah. That's what we do. I did have one idea that I thought I would run by you guys if you wanted to try it.
I'm all for it.
A
I
de-
actually like this idea.
A deep dive on a song. Because what's a good road trip without, some musics?
Without some good tunes.
So, Pauly, you want to whip your phone out and plug it in, and we'll listen to the song and go line by line and deep dive on the lyrics and talk about it, because it's a song I've been kind of obsessed with lately, and it's bugging me what happens in the song. I got a lot of questions. Maybe you guys could help me answer it.
Harrison, you want to look that up?
Oh, that's part of the front seat duties.
I can't front seat duty that.
Why can't you front seat duty that?
My Spotify is busted.
Something with YouTube.
So I'm in the back seat.
Yeah.
I'm on the goddamn front seat duties.
Yeah.
Something with YouTube. Is this a backseat reacher?
It should.
Okay.
This will edit.
Mic down.
This'll we can.
We're not editing shit.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
I've been watching too much. I think you should leave. I just start screaming at people. Fuck you, Doug. Oh, here's a copper.
Here's the true test of what happens here.
It's the ops.
If we get pulled over, we have to keep it rolling though, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
In case Pauly gets shot. I'll just keep narrating it the whole time.
We don't.
Ooh, that was a good one.
We just narrate it.
Ooh, seemed to be instigation there.
All right, Pauly's getting asked to step out of the vehicle, please.
Ooh, and he's running. He took
I have an
off.
iPod plugged in.
Okay, what song?
Please look up the song "Splish Splash." I was taking a bath by Bobby Darin. I think it's Bobby Darin. This is the song me and my daughter listened to during bath time.
Oh.
I was like, that's fun. And we started listening to it, and I'm like, man, these lyrics are kind of effed up. And I don't know what's happening in this song,
Okay, it's a fairly short song. It's only
Yeah, so get
2
ready
minutes.
to ready to sort of pause it line by line,
Okay.
and we can deep dive on it and talk about it. Oh, that window's got to be up.
There's probably going to be an ad at the start of this, if I had to guess, because I don't have. Yep, there it is.
That's fine. We'll enjoy this Liberty Mutual ad.
Derek Luna's podcast brought to you by Liberty Mutual.
This segment is brought to you by Liberty Mutual. Learn how you can save with a price point guarantee. I forget what they.
Oh, okay, here we go.
Start it over. DJ Harrison. Okay, Saturday night. He's chilling. He's checking it out.
Wait, hold on. So,
Yeah.
okay, so there's a party going on in his bathroom?
Already, first of all, let's stop here and right at the top. It's Saturday night,
And he's taking a bath.
and he's doing his bath time,
And he's in the bath.
which is fine, I think. But you're painting a picture of a pretty
innocent act.
a guy without a real keen social life,
Maybe he's getting ready to go out. Maybe it's like, he didn't say what time of night. Maybe it's like 6 p.m.
Oh, okay, sure.
He's getting ready to go out on
I like
the town.
this theory.
Washing his balls before he goes.
Okay, so he's going out for the late night.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Because nothing fun starts until after 10.
But also, nobody takes a bath for the late night. You're getting in the shower.
When this song came out, you did.
It was before showers were invented.
Yeah, it was when you would splish splash in it. I mean, this was a hit song. This resonated with people, obviously.
It seems to me like this guy made plans that he gave up on and was like, you know what, I'm just gonna. It's bath time. It's bathy time.
Well, when did showers take over in popularity? Because this is like a 50s song, right? Were people still taking tubs then?
Well,
Taking a
tubs. When did showers become prevalent?
I'm with you. The tub part of it makes it seem like he's not going out later. You're taking a soak in a tub if you're in for the night.
Yeah, you got your Epsom salts.
In 1980s is what this says for
What?
for mass popularity in showers. Shower
Okay,
manufacturers
yeah.
could now afford wider ranges of different types of shower
Okay.
enclosures and shower heads.
So yeah, this might still be bath time.
But I will say, to what Pauly says, he checks on the door and then goes back to the bath.
Yeah. So he's not a social creature. He's actually pretty intimidated by this party.
But where is the party taking place?
Well, we probably have to keep listening.
Oh, okay. It's going to tell us where the party's taking place? Because
But before we start the song back up, he's not taking a bath like I'm just scrubbing off real quick. He's taking a splish splash bath.
He jumped in the tub.
It says splish splash. He said I was relaxing in the tub, thinking everything was all right.
Yeah.
But then when he gets back in, he said he jumped in, splishing and splashing.
Yeah, I jumped back in the tub. How was I to know there was a party going on?
I'm imagining an aggressive jump.
He sounds scared of this party.
I imagine he lives in a heroin den.
Or he's taking
Yeah.
he's taking a shower, or he's taking a bath like a child.
He's scared of the party. He doesn't know what's going on necessarily, but he's scared of it, and he jumps back in the tub. Why the tub is a safe place, I don't know.
Drugs.
Let's continue with the second half of this verse, or the second chorus.
Okay.
See if we can get some more answers. Describing the dancing. There was a saxophone. That's a different kind of party.
It's a great drugs.
There's the great drugs associated with saxophones. Saw the whole thing. On this rug. Okay, hold on. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so what do we
Lot
get
to
there?
digest.
What do we get there? We got the different dances they were doing. They were hipping and hopping and rocking and reeling. And he describes the people that were there. All the teens had the dancing bug. There was a Lollipop and Peggy Sue. Good golly, Miss Molly, she was even there too.
So just a bunch of women.
No guys apparently at this party.
And so I still don't, and he said it's happening in his living room.
He said it was in his living room.
So he came out of the bathroom to check the front door, I think is what the original.
I think these people came into his house unbeknownst to him.
And just started partying.
It sounds like he came out of his bathroom and they were in the living room. Am I wrong? Am I wrong, fellas?
Yeah, but he immediately went back into the bathroom and is now recollecting on what he saw happening in his living room. He's just replaying it in his head.
It's funny to me to think about the fact that he doesn't describe any other clothes that he put on aside from his dancing shoes.
Nothing else. Nothing else.
Great point. He does mention his towel. He wraps a towel around him before he goes out the door. But the only other clothes he does mention is his dancing shoes.
He doesn't mention the towel the second time.
I guess if you're splishing and splashing,
jump
people are
out.
going to understand. And they're in his house. Come
Wow.
on.
During his bath time, they probably know.
It's really just a heavy flex because he's like, "What are you doing in my house?" I walked out of my bathtub, saw all of you people, jumped back in my bathtub. Now my towel's wet.
Now I gotta go put my dancing shoes on.
Now I'm gonna come out and dance dick out, dude. This is it.
Yeah. My wet dong's flopping water all over my dancing shoes.
And my rug, because he seems like they're all confined to the living room rug.
Yeah, and he said it was happening on his rug. I'm picturing a small rug.
Yeah, and then the next question I have is who let these people in? How'd they get in?
I think they have a key. His roommate, or they just know.
Does he have a roommate?
I mean, it's 1950s, so this is back when they're leaving doors unlocked. So that's why I'm saying this is a normal bath time for him. They're just coming over. They're like, yeah, this is the pregame. We go pregame at fucking Bath Bobby's house.
Bath Bobby Darren.
We start dancing around, and then he comes
you
out.
You know how the night normally goes. We start off at with bath time at Bobby's, and then we hit the bar.
He usually comes out with his dick out, and that's when we know it's time to go.
So yeah, we've unlocked a lot more questions. My biggest question was how'd they get in? Does he have a roommate? How did this all happen?
Well, he said there was a commotion at the front door, so I think that they just kicked the bitch down and came in to start dancing.
So this is less of a party happening at his house and more of a home invasion robbery.
This is a fun robbery.
You know how like in those Stomp the Yard movies they have like dance fights? What if this is a dance home invasion?
He had to crump for his things.
It's more violence mixed with dance, you know?
Isn't that capoeira? Isn't that the Brazilian fight dancing? So they're just in there. They're all doing capoeira, splishing and a splashing.
He doesn't say anything about capoeira. He does say they were doing the bop, and Peggy Sue was there.
Yeah, but who? Okay, so are you ready to listen to? Does he explain any more of this?
I don't know if we get any more details besides that. Let's listen to the next line. He just joins the party, and he's like, okay, well, if this is happening and this is happening.
But still splishing and a splashing.
He's still wet.
I guess he's still
wet.
I guess. Does he bring out buckets of water for the whole party?
I'm bringing the bath time to the people.
Are we almost to the end of the song?
Yeah.
He's moving and grooving. Yeah, I guess that's it.
Still very wet.
I guess that's it.
So, the real victim here is the area rug that all of these
It's
people are
ruined.
dancing
It's ruined.
on. That he's splishing and a splashing on now.
That's the real victim is the area rug and his privacy.
I mean, he doesn't say he's the one doing the splishing and the splashing towards the end. Maybe
He says they were.
Molly Pop and Peggy Sue or
Molly Pop.
whatever. What were they? I mean, okay. What were their names?
These people are on drugs. This is a flop house.
Yeah, they're coming. He's coming out hanging
Lollipop.
dong.
He knows a lady named Lollipop.
Yeah, sexually.
He said a strolling and a rolling. So Molly is
Rollin'.
involved.
Yeah,
A little
he
bit
did
more.
say, "Good golly, Miss Molly."
He said, good golly, Miss Molly was
None
even
of-
there, too.
All of these
Yeah.
women's names are euphemisms for drugs.
We need to look up some info on Bobby Darin and see if he ever had a serious bout with serious hard drugs. Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe he's maybe his whole song is a cry for help. He's just like, look, guys. So I wrote this. He comes in the studio. And he's like, guys, I wrote this song. It's pretty dark, though. I don't know if you guys are going to like it. And they're like, well, what? Tell us about it, Bobby. And he's like, it's about the other night. I was taking a bath, and a bunch of people broke into my house, and they started doing drugs, and I just joined in. I didn't even call the police or anything. And they turn it into this sugary pop song.
So what bugs me is that I remember being a kid and there being a Sesame Street episode where Ernie from Bert and Ernie does a cover of that song.
Because he's in the bath with his rubber duckies. Yeah.
Wasn't it Rubber Ducky, you're the one? Rubber Ducky, you're so fun. I don't think Bobby had a problem with drugs, but he did die at 37 because he fought childhood rheumatic fever, which damaged his heart. So, you know what? Maybe he was just sitting in the bath, splishing and splashing, and people brought the party to him.
Oh, man, no. This is the 50s. That fever story, that's what you tell people when you OD or something, for sure.
When you're a child, it was childhood rheumatic fever.
Yeah. That's what he had that caused him to die at 37.
Yeah, he died at 37 with childhood rheumatic fever.
Yeah,
Well, they were like, well, it couldn't be all this opium we're giving him.
His heart didn't explode from the cocaine.
I don't know. I mean, probably no serious answers, but man, I have my suspicions that he's living in a flop house and.
Yeah, those are all drugs he's naming. He's just tripping his balls off, hanging out in the shower, making a mess.
I'm real concerned with Bobby Darin. We probably need a biopic on Bobby.
Bobby Darin and his struggle with hydration.
Oh, Bobby, I didn't know you like to get wet. Oh, wait, I did. It's in the song.
Stay splishing and splashing.
All right. Well, maybe we'll wrap it up there. We're on a road trip up to Kansas City. Pauly, I didn't mean for you to just be a mic stand during this thing. You got a couple good ones in there.
Just bring me back home.
Just turn around, please.
We'll bring you back safe and sound, buddy.
Holla from the back seat.
All right. This segment brought to you by Dragon Fruit. Red Bull. It's a green red bull.
And Mutual Insurance.
And Mutual Insurance, Mutual of Omaha. And it's brought to you by the 13 North.
the city of Bolivar.
In the great city of Bolivar. Go Liberators.
Brought to you by Casual Animals. Yeah, the Liberators.
Named after Simon Bolivar, the great South American.
You think they called
liberator.
him Simon?
No.
Hey, Simon.
What up, Simon? That's where they get the game Simon Says.
Really?
No.
Oh. Simone says.
All right, are we done here?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we shut here.
Okay, all right. I like having an awkward moment at the top.
You do?
Just so we just relax, and
Okay, yes.
if something goes wrong later, we can just think, well, it couldn't be as bad as at the beginning when we were just staring at each other and it was so awkward.
Right, right. Yeah.
I am here at Dawn's House of Comedy.
Yes.
Current location. I'm interested to talk to you about the location jumping around here, but I'm with Janise Cleary. Am I saying it right? Janise Cleary.
Yes.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Janise Cleary. This is sort of a new comedy place, and so I thought it would be exciting to. I've gotten the opportunity to come here tonight and headline. And I thought, well, why not talk to Janise? She's got this firsthand perspective on opening a new comedy club from the ground up.
Yes.
And the challenges that deal with that.
Oh, mercy, yes.
And you were telling me a little bit about the origin story, and I thought it was pretty inspiring. And I thought, well, let's get to get to know Janise. I've never met you before. I literally just walked in.
Yes.
So tell me about it. How did this all start?
Well, the club got started in honor of my late husband. He was a veteran, and he absolutely loved comedy. So when I lived in Clarksville, Tennessee, I had started doing some comedy before he got really sick, and I had to stay at home to take care of him full time. But the one thing that I realized is that comedy truly is the best medicine.
I would agree with that.
Yes,
Definitely.
Because when I was doing the shows in Clarksville and he was in his wheelchair, and I noticed one night, it really caught my eye whenever I looked over at him and he was laughing really hard, and he had forgotten all about his injury, about the pain, and was just truly enjoying the show.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'd love to do this. I want to be able to make people forget all about everything that's going on in their daily lives. They might be going through something. We all go through something. And I want to use the comedy as a platform to truly be the best medicine. And I'm so excited to be in Bowling Green, Kentucky. And so I've been doing comedy at different locations for almost a year now. And I'm so excited to tell you that Siren Studios is going to be our permanent location until we find a building that we can launch a full-time comedy club, standalone comedy
So
club.
I wanted to ask about this. So you launched under the label Dawn's House of Comedy, and
Yes.
you started by bouncing around a little bit.
Yes.
Would you call it like a pop-up show? I've done a lot of these pop-up shows where they're in a different location each time, and it's sort of advertised like the week before or so. Like,
I think in the very beginning, it probably was pop-up shows, and I was only doing it once a month. And then I thought, I've got to really get serious about this because I want to launch a full-time comedy club.
yeah.
And Bowling Green has never had a standalone comedy club. So I'm going to be the one to make it happen.
That's great. I mean, you talk a lot about the importance of this is central to my whole ethos in life and how absurd life can be when
Yes.
life deals you blows that seem unfair and totally, it's just absurd. There's no good reason for some of the things that happen in life. And to be able to laugh, and it's like it's the only way to deal, in my opinion,
Yes.
with with life, and for me personally,
Yes.
is to find the funny parts in it and enjoy those, and definitely try to make other people laugh. That's so inspiring.
Absolutely, because as one of my friends, Treva Gordon, she lost her husband a week before my husband died.
Oh man.
And she started a nonprofit organization called Lost, Lending Our Shared Stories. And one of the things that she taught me was that you rise from devastation to elevation. And the only way that we can honor our husbands is to do something great, because we were married to great men. And I want this comedy thing to be here for a lot of different reasons. Number one, to honor him, but also to feel a passion that I have for helping out veterans, because eventually we want to be able to raise money to help veterans organizations, first responders, because not only was my husband a veteran, but the wonderful men and women that are our first responders that came to us when we needed them the most, to help me whenever he had numerous hospital visits.
Yeah.
And they were there to help me. And I can't say enough about our first responders, our fire, our police, our EMS, our doctors, our nurses. They all are unsung heroes.
Yeah.
That they all make sacrifices every day. And for me to be able to have a comedy club where they would have some place to go and to laugh and to share it with the community. It's not my comedy club. It's our comedy club.
I wanted to ask about that, because my favorite thing about visiting some of these clubs is that you can tell that there is a family sort of. I hate to use the big F word, family, but it feels like a family atmosphere, not necessarily a family environment. Sometimes we're telling some dirty jokes.
Yes.
But where there's people that come to the comedy club week in, week out. Doesn't matter who's headlining. They're just a fan of comedy and a fan of the establishment. And there's a relationship with you, obviously.
Yes.
I imagine in your first year, you're starting to see this develop.
I am. And I am so blessed to be here. Bowling Green has welcomed me with open arms. And I've met the most amazing people that have truly helped me, because for the first 2 years after he passed away, I had no idea what I was going to do with the rest of my life, because I had taken care of him for 11 and a half years.
Yeah.
And now for it to be one night, I said to God, I was sitting in my apartment and I said, God, what am I going to do with the rest of my life? And in the middle of the night, I woke up and I knew that I wanted to start a comedy club. And one of the comedians out of Nashville, Doc Kennedy, we were brainstorming. And I knew that I wanted it to be named Don's something after him, but he said it's going to be your Don's House of Comedy.
Yeah.
And it stuck, and that's where we are.
That's
it's
great.
Don's House of Comedy.
That's great. You're coming up on the 1 year anniversary. You had a date. Do you have an official date yet?
Well,
Or are we going to have to check back for that?
April 22nd and 23rd was when I launched my first shows here in Bowling Green.
Yeah.
But I think that we stay tuned, because in May, we're going to have a big 1 year celebration, and we're going to try to get some of the comedians that have performed for the last year to come back and do another review and have a big celebration. And
That's
we're
great.
going to do a 2-day, 2 shows each night, so that we can invite a lot of the community to celebrate this with us.
Yeah. I like that when you said this is the community's comedy club. Not my thing. It's here for them. That's great.
I might have been the brainstorm behind it,
Yeah.
but it takes a lot. And I can't thank all the people along the way that have rooted me on and stood by me. And whenever I felt like I was falling down and that I wasn't going to make it, they're like, "Oh my gosh, yes, you're a Marine's widow. You are definitely going to make it."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we are here.
Strong stock. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And we met Sean from Siren
Yes.
Studio. Shout out Sean.
Sam.
Sam. Oh,
Yes.
I'm so bad with names.
Sam is come on board. And
Sam's been helping out a lot, he says.
He
Yeah.
has. He's been helping a tremendous amount, doing a lot of marketing. They're hosting us here at Siren Studios. You know, and I have another partner. His name is Robert Oberg, and we are just rocking this thing.
That's great.
And his wife Megan, they've been amazing support. He approached me and wanted to be part of it, and they all see the vision for it.
Yeah.
And so I tell everybody in the community, if you really want a full-time comedy club, I've got a task for you. Come out, support it, tell others,
Yeah,
and we're here to stay.
for sure.
Yes.
I love that. And I'm so glad that I got in the first year. I feel like I'm getting to lend a hand in helping this thing out, helping to build this thing.
Absolutely.
Tell me, before we wrap it up here, just tell me a little bit about Don. He was a Marine vet. It seems like such a great guy. I mean,
he was an amazing man.
big comedy fan.
He was a big comedy fan, and he was funny too.
Yeah. Most Marines I've met have a great sense of humor. Something
had
about
the
going
best,
through like drill sergeant boot camp. Something about going through this gives you a sense of humor.
Absolutely. And you know, he served his country, and then he went to work for the government as a Department of the Army civilian. He worked for DOD, DPW, and then he worked for Army Corps of Engineers. And he was working for Army Corps of Engineers whenever he deployed on his 7th deployment to Afghanistan. He went to Iraq, Afghanistan. He was in Hurricane Andrew, Hurricane Katrina. He was a big servant at heart.
Answering the bell every time.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And he was injured in Afghanistan, and it didn't, you know, he had so much grace about him. And the one thing that I learned from him is unconditional love.
Yeah.
He loved me, he loved his family, he loved his country. And he just, 3 weeks before he passed away, he set me on the hospital bed, and he said, you have to promise me that you are going to live on all the things that we've been through. You're going to take a lesson from that, and all the things that we wanted to do.
Yeah.
You're going to do those, you know, start another business, comedy.
Yeah.
You know, and there's so many jokes and so many stories that I could tell about him.
Yeah.
Because how many people could be in that much pain and never have a bad day that you take it out on somebody else?
Right. Yeah.
He was trapped in a hospital bed the last 7 months of his life.
You have to be so strong.
And he just would still joke around with me, and he really had a good time with the caregivers that would come in.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yes, being trapped in the hospital bed, he really made them laugh, and sometimes
you got time to come up with material.
He
for
did
sure.
have time, and he kept me on my toes. That's for sure.
That's awesome. And you said you do comedy, or did?
Well, everybody says that I need to start telling stories about my life. That
Yeah.
I could write a book, and I am writing a book. I'm going to take my time, and I'm writing a book called The True Unconditional Love Story.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, about our journey. Everybody has a journey, and I think that the one thing that you need to do with your journey is share it with other people. Because the lessons that you learn, what good are the things that you go through if you can't share it with other people?
This is something I'm learning.
Yes.
In my own life right now.
You know, the one thing that he said is if you can't laugh at yourself, you don't have a right to laugh at anybody else.
And even some of the worst things in life you can find a lot of value in it if you're sharing it with other people, and you can use it to help somebody else out of a similar situation.
And you know, having the comedy club and being able to meet comedians like you, and I've been so blessed to meet so many wonderful people here in Bowling Green. Like I said, it has been the biggest blessing. After losing the love of your life, you have to find a new purpose. And I have my good days and I have my bad days. But the one great thing is I've always got somebody to pick up the phone and call. I don't feel so alone now.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'll miss him every day. But I have to honor him and live on and tell people about his legacy.
Yeah, and through sharing this story.
Yes.
Definitely.
And sharing the comedy.
Definitely. Well, I'm so grateful,
Thank you.
Abe, that you sat down here with me and told me your story. This is inspiring, and I'm so grateful that I've gotten a chance to be a part of this in the first year.
Yes.
So,
would you like to hear one little story about him?
Yes.
Let me call. Sorry about that. So, like you said, being trapped in a hospital bed, he had plenty of time to research apps and, you know, he's on his iPad a lot. So he found this app called Zillow. It's a walkie-talkie app.
Okay.
And the one thing that I did not realize when he downloaded it on my phone, he wanted to be able to get a hold of me no matter where I was at. And so the first time this happened, I was getting ready to go to church, and he said to me, like he always did, say hello to Jesus for me.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, honey, I'll see you soon. I'm sitting in church, and the one thing I didn't realize is that even if you turn your phone on silent, the walkie-talkie comes through.
It's a push button thing,
so I'm
just like a
sitting there,
walkie-talkie.
and it got really quiet, and all of a sudden, I hear this voice, hey, baby, say hi to Jesus for me. I'm looking around, pretending like it's not me,
And you know it's you.
and I know it's me. And when they start to say the prayer, I'm like scooching through the aisle, excuse me, and I sneak out, and I go to the car, and I said, honey, I told you that I was going to church. And he said, well, I just wanted to make sure you didn't forget to say hi to Jesus for me.
You got to get in the good word.
Yes. And so it didn't matter where I was at. The walkie-talkie would go off.
Yeah.
I've been in church, I've been in the grocery store, and I think, I'm going to embarrass myself, but the worst place I was at was in the gynecologist office.
Oh, no.
And
See,
so-
that's unfair. You can't do that. Come on.
Yes. And he thought it was funny, so, what better way? I mean, he's got the best seat in the house.
Yeah.
He's up in heaven, he's watching, he's laughing with us. He's
Yeah.
going to be watching us tonight, laughing
Probably
with
so
us.
proud of what you've put together.
Yeah, he was my biggest champion. I tell everybody, he came into my life at a time that I truly needed somebody. I'd gone through a really bad divorce, and he just from the get-go always encouraged me and was my biggest cheerleader. And I think that, the love and the cheerleader and just being with him is what I miss the most.
Yeah.
But meeting comedians like you and getting to laugh, it makes me feel closer to him.
That's great. That's great. I'm so excited. Thanks so much for sharing this story. This is so inspirational.
Thank you so much
I feel
for
like
coming.
I'm getting weepy now.
Oh,
Don's House of Comedy.
Yes.
Check it out online at donscomedy.com.
yes, and on our Facebook page.
Facebook page.
Yes, and if you are out there and you see this and you're somebody that wants stage time, we do open mic.
Yes.
So we want to help the young comedians that
Open
are
mics
coming.
weekly for the young
Yes.
folks, and there's
Mhm.
contact information on your
On
website.
our website, they can fill out a form.
Absolutely.
And we also, if there's comedians, seasoned comedians,
Yes.
and you would like to perform at Don's House of Comedy, fill out the form. We'll be in touch.
Stop on in. It's all happening right here at Bowling
Absolutely.
Green.
Yes.
That's awesome. Well, thanks so much.
Thank
and
you.
Stay tuned.